Remember when
She does pretty well with fiends from hell, but lately we can tell.
or when Same. Wondering if this book can fill that Buffy void? Stay tuned to find out. Hi everyone, my name is Salia and welcome to hustleSZN. Today I'm going to be talking about Slayer by Kiersten White, which I just finished, and I want to answer the question, will fans of Buffy like this book? This book takes place after season 8 of the graphic novels. So there are some huge spoilers in this for most of the TV show, to be honest. Season 1, 2, 5, and 7 season finale spoiler. There's also huge spoilers like character deaths that happen in season 8. That being said, all of the characters are new. They are connected to some characters from the Buffyverse, but they're all new characters, so you don't actually need to know Buffy stuff, but if you wanted to know what would be spoiled, that would be it. This is about a character named Nina who's raised by Watchers, but then suddenly realizes she was a potential and becomes a Slayer. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. I just can't give too much of it away without ruining Buffy. So there are the people who are solely Buffy fans. Then there are those who read a lot of teen fiction or YA books but have never watched Buffy. And then there's the people in the middle, sort of like me, who are both fans of young adult fiction and fans of Buffy. So I'll start with the people like me, because that one is the easiest. I think you'll love it. As a book and story in and of itself, without thinking of the Buffyverse and the Easter eggs that are in this book, it's actually a really great story. Nina's a really interesting character, so I highly recommend it in and of itself just as a book. That being said, between people who are only interested in the book and people who are only interested in Buffy, I think that this was a bit of a confusing choice as a book. I'm not sure if it was meant as an extension of the Buffyverse for fans, or if it was meant as an introduction to people who don't know Buffy. Because first of all, the demographic to which it's aimed at, which are teenagers, they wouldn't have been around when Buffy was in its prime. So I feel like if they wanted to target old Buffy fans, it probably should have been an adult fantasy novel. I also think that there are a lot of references to Buffy in this book. It's frequent enough that I wonder if you would enjoy the book as much if you don't have that background story. And like I said, it spoils so much of Buffy. So I'm a little bit confused as to what the intention of this was. She definitely tries to mimic some of the humor that's in Buffy. And although there is comedy, I don't think the comedy is nearly at the same level or the amount that Buffy has. Nina in and of herself is so different from Buffy. If Willow from earlier seasons had become the Slayer suddenly, that's what Nina was like. So if you're looking solely for something to replace Buffy, I don't think this is that. Although I do think as a whole, this book explores many of the same themes that Buffy does. Buffy is some big shoes to fill. I think that for what she had to do, Kiersten White did a really good job. I just don't think that this book, because of the medium, I don't think that if you were just a fan of the TV show, you'll necessarily like this book. And if I had to recommend it to someone, I would probably recommend it more towards people who are not necessarily Buffy fans, but are YA literature fans, because I have no doubt that you'll enjoy this book probably if you like the premise.